Hey guys, this is the Car Tracker here. So today I'm here to tell you with some important updates for you. As you can see here, so I got the Google Chromecast, mirroring back on my dash over here. And the only thing I have to do is to have a Wi-Fi, and as well as having a just a phone or whatever to mirror back to the screen. But anyway, so this is pretty cool. It works. You can watch videos, movies, and all that stuff on there in your Maserati. But the only thing is just like you having to go back and forth with your phone, so that way you can use it. And the only thing that I've noticed is that it works better with iPhone versus like Android, even though this thing was made by Google for Android specifically, stuff like that. But it works better with iPhone versus Android for some reason. But what I'm trying to say, although it's great, but there are some flaws in it. So as you can see, some of those like text doesn't come out as clear as they should, but you can still read what they try, what's displaying on the screen. But in the future, here's what I'm gonna do in the future. So this whole unit is gonna be Android, so which means that I can touch and access certain things versus having to use my phone to access like Google Map or stuff like that, or watching some YouTube videos or whatnot. So this is pretty much what I'm working on right now. So once I change everything here into Android, so there's no need to upgrade this car at this point, because the infotainment, this is where everything's at. So once your infotainment is updated and you have all the information you need on there, then therefore there's no need to really change your car. Speaking of changing cars, do you guys know that Maserati is a great car? As you can see here, it's a very great car, and it looks good in the outside and inside, and then the trims are specifically designed for like the luxury lifestyle. But here's one thing that you guys will notice though. If you have a Maserati like this one here, which costs about $97,000, once you add all those bells and whistles, all that stuff on there, damping, you have the what you call it, let me change this, you have the rear sunshade, all that stuff on there. The car becomes pretty expensive at that point. To have this this type of interior costs a lot of money as well, and some other features that are in this car that I don't even ever use them for some reason. But anyway, so it costs about that much money. So think about this stuff, people. So for some of you who really enjoy buying cars, that's great. But here's what I find out about gas vehicles. The fact that they change them so recent, as far as like they come up with a new version every year, so which means that the version that you have right now, and once you drive 30,000 miles on there, it pretty much worth like maybe a third of the cost that you spent on it. So for example, this one, right? So it's a 2015. It's a great car, looking good, no scratch, no dent whatsoever, looking tight. But the fact that I have 30,000 miles on there dropped the price on this thing to like $33,000 or $35,000. This is how much it's worth right now. And honestly, I think it's a waste of money. It's a waste of money. If you're gonna buy a Maserati, after you put 30,000 miles on it, then it's just worth $37,000. And this is like this is like pure retail value, as if you were going to a dealership and you're trying to trade this sucker in for like a brand new Maserati or a brand new Lexus or whatever that you want to get. So this is the car right here, man. So you tell me I spent about $97K in this car, and then after 30,000 miles the car only worth $37,000. So that is That is a very, very crazy nightmare. So, which come to my point. So, just because you have you drive a Maserati, whatever, that doesn't make you rich. Because anybody can really afford one if they want to. But it's the matter as far as like who can afford it at what time, at what point in life, though. So, if it's a brand new Maserati, obviously you really need to make decent money, or own a couple businesses whatsoever for you to get it, or plus plus having like a great score, because all that stuff plays into the factor if you're not trying to pay cash for it. And the other thing that I suggest are never buy a car and go in and then dump a bunch of cash on that, because at the end of the day, man, you're wasting money. So, because if I take this car and go and drop like 50K in it, and then just roll off with just a minimal payment every month, and guess what? As soon as somebody hit me, you get nothing. Somebody hit you and mess up your car front and back, and it totaled it. All they're gonna do, man, hey, would you like another loan for a new car? That's all they're gonna say. They're not gonna try to reimburse you those money that you've already invested in there. So that's why it's dumb when you go buy a car and you put money down on it. And this is my theory, though, man. So I use the car as I go. So I don't ever put money down on any car besides this one. That was the only car that I put money down on. And I find out it was a waste of my money to put money down on a Maserati. Now come to find out that this car is just worth less than a Lexus 2 doors, like a IS250 with 2 doors on it. So this is ridiculous. Here's why Maserati worth less money, than like an actual Lexus IS250 F Sport. The reason is that the car may look good on the outside. It's an imported car. Obviously, there's import taxes, so that's what raised the price of the Maserati. And the next thing is the fact that the car has no really known technology that American people use. So if you used to drive American cars like like Lexus, which I mean it's not an American car, but it was designed to fit the American lifestyle, with all kinds of crazy cool tech in it that makes your life reasonably easier. You went and changed to a Maserati, you'll feel like, oh my god, what did you do? It's kind of like you outdated. You moved from one from a 3,500 square foot home to like a fucking a 1,200 square foot apartment, 1 bedroom. This is how it feels like. So you have no wiggle room to do anything. And although the car is nice, it's different, it makes you feel special for some people, I guess. And people think of you like you're rich, you have money when you have this, but in all reality, this car worth nothing. That's why a lot of big reviewer on YouTube say that this car is just like the worst car. You could possibly spend about 100 grand in it. And guess what? I just find that out. So I don't say not to buy a Maserati. You can get one all day, whenever you want. And then if you can make it fit your lifestyle, it's a great deal. But at the end of the day, this car worth nothing. So most people on the Maserati can barely trade it in after they put 30,000 miles on it, unless that car is leased. And the only way to get out of it is to probably just return the car for a new lease, or just eat the cost pretty much. So that's one thing you will find out about it. And if you own it outright, but I guess you plan on owning the car for a very long time, so this is the only reason why you would buy it. And this is my case pretty much. So I'll buy it to own it outright and make certain changes on it to meet my lifestyle. But that car doesn't worth a dime. So in reality, the actual cost for this car, if you were to buy it brand new, so it would be about $50,000. Because as soon as you walked out the lot, you lose 20 grand. So if you go in and trying to buy a brand new Maserati, think it's gonna make you feel special, or people gonna look at you differently, you waste your time and you waste your money. So, and then these cars are designed to take money out of people's pocket, especially the one who doesn't have it too, though. Because if you don't have the money, then you go out and trying to be like a player, or getting a Maserati, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money. So Therefore, you know, this is my, you know, quick suggestion for you. So if you ever want a Maserati, trying to get a retail one, and guess what? The maintenance is very expensive on, very expensive on this car. So to get on alignment, it costs you about $200. To change your brake pads and rotors, as far as like the front and back, all four of them, that's gonna cost you about $3,000 plus tax. So you're looking at $4 grand. You know, anything you do in this car costs you a lot of money. And the fact that the warranty that they have on there, as far as the insurance maintenance plan concerned, it doesn't cover anything but do the oil change, replace the cabin filter, and that's it. Everything else is a check. They check it for you, then they let you know how much it's going to cost you to fix it. But they never say anything about, you know, oh yeah, we got a great maintenance plan. You know what company has a great maintenance plan? It's Lexus. Because I've owned Lexus for what, a couple years now. So when you buy a Lexus, you know, you take like a platinum maintenance plan, so you barely have to pay. You don't pay anything really. So oil change cover, you know, you go out and you have a fender bender, you bring the car back, they fix it at no charge. And you know, plus obviously your insurance is gonna get dinged on that as well. And you know, your tire is flat, you want a new tire, you just bring the car in, or they bring you a new car and then replace the tire for you and bring your car back. You messed up your rim, they get you a new one. But you cannot do this with Maserati, because Lexus is the only car with this kind of maintenance plan. So this is just a quick note for you guys. So all of you who just, you know, want to be Maserati drivers, you have to find out the real cost of owning a Maserati before you get one, because other than that, you're gonna feel really disappointed and hate yourself. So this is my quick take for you guys, you know, that think, you know, Maserati owner are like a bunch of rich people, but we're not. So we just like nice thing, and you know, to have nice thing, it comes with a cost. It's just like, you know, you went from a neighborhood where a 3,000 square foot home is gonna cost you about 200 grand, but there's a lot of crime there. And you move to a neighborhood where there's no crime, the same 3,000 square foot home costs you about 500 grand. So this is pretty much the case of Maserati. All right, so thank you very much for watching. So I hope you Maserati owner are not disappointed, because I'm one of them too though. But if you ever want to spend your money in a great way buying cars, just get a Tesla, because Tesla value is way better than any gas car you've ever seen. So, and anybody would want to buy it from you. Well, obviously the one who can afford it. All right, so thank you very much for watching, and I hope you like this video. Subscribe, and I'll keep you posted. Bye bye.